When it comes to getting it done on the ground, trail maintenance can be accomplished by hard work and elbow grease, using hand and power tools, with machinery, or with a combination of both. The best way to maintain trails should be determined based on several factors. First, is the trail tread wide enough and flat enough to allow machinery to travel on the tread? Many single-track trails, particularly more difficult trails, aren't safe for machinery to travel. You must maintain these trails by hand. Less difficult single tracks and 50-inch trails are usually accessible by machinery like small track hoes and small trail dozers. Trails over 50 inches are generally accessible with equipment. In general, if trail maintenance can be accomplished with machinery without negatively affecting the TMO, it's much more efficient than doing it by hand. If machinery is not available, maintenance by hand, particularly on narrower trails, can be very effective when people are well trained. When it comes to machinery, there seems to be an endless variety of tools at our disposal for trail construction and maintenance. The Sweco Trail Dozer has been designed and built just for trail construction. The Single Tracker is another machine designed specifically for construction and maintenance of trails. Mini excavators or track hoes, trail graders and planers, trail rakes and drags, dump trailers, skidding attachments, rock drills, boulder busters, and material haulers. These are all examples of machinery that can be utilized for trail maintenance. The most common trail maintenance needs are brushing and clearing logs, erosion repair and water diversion, trail braiding repair, hardening of muddy trail sections, and repair of heavy use areas. Again, anyone clearing logs or brushing with a chainsaw should be trained and certified in the use of chainsaws, and they need to wear the proper safety gear. When logs are removed from trails, certain safety precautions must be kept in mind. Remember, the safety of the rider is the top concern. Logs cut on the ground should be cut at an angle to avoid hitting the riders or machines. Logs should not be left protruding near the trail at any height that might injure a passing rider. Most erosion control measures are about getting water off the trail during rains. Maintaining and installing water diversion structures is the most common operation performed to stop erosion. Rolling dips that create grade reversal are the most effective and longest-lasting diversion structure for OHV trails. The longer the rolling dip, the more resistant it is to mechanical erosion, and the longer it will last. Rolling dips are literally dips that are constructed in existing trails or are designed into new trails. The idea is to create a gradual descent on the uphill side that leads to a low spot in the trail so water can run off. The dip is followed by a grade reversal or shorter segment of trail that actually has an uphill grade, followed by another downslope. Properly constructed rolling dips are outsloped and are long enough that the rider will roll through the dip. Rolling dips are very effective, durable, and require very little maintenance. Water bars can be made of stone, log, or rubber, but should be avoided if at all possible on motorized trails. Riders prefer rolling dips over water bars because they're easier to ride over, especially when they're wet. When maintaining water bars and rolling dips, water should be diverted off the trail by sloping the trail to the downhill side of the trail and into a leadoff ditch. Be sure the leadoff ditch is wide enough to handle a heavy water flow. The ditch should be placed so the water is diverted before it hits the water bar or the upslope of the water bar. As a rule of thumb, leadoff ditches should be at least the width of 2 shovel blades. Trail braiding results from riders straying from the existing trail. The rider's eye is constantly scanning, and sometimes riders will take the line of least resistance. To repair braided trails, rip up the braids, drag in debris to block the trail, and install barriers if necessary. When dealing with muddy trail segments, the first job is to identify the source of the water. If the source of the water is from the trail tread, drain the trail before the low spot, or harden the low spot and drain the water into a sump. Use the soil excavated from the sump to raise the trail grade, or raise the grade and install a culvert. If it's coming from a drainage or a draw, install a culvert or a bridge. There are a number of options if the source of the water is a spring. You can relocate the trail above the spring, install a French drain, install drain pipe, or construct a leadoff ditch. In some locations, relocating or draining the trail is not an option. In these situations, raising the trail is the only option. This can be achieved in a variety of ways, including turnpikes, puncheons, boardwalks, and corduroys. In some high-use areas, it may become necessary to harden trail surfaces. The need for trail hardening can be an indication that the trail is in the wrong location. If relocation is not an option, there are a number of effective trail hardening techniques. The trail surface can be covered with crushed stone or gravel. Turf support blocks and pavers can work well in some locations. GeoWeb or other synthetic products can be very useful in wet environments. Other aspects of maintenance to consider when developing a maintenance plan are trail signs and kiosks, trailheads and staging areas, restrooms, gates, fences, and cattle guards. This video presentation has given you a basic overview of trail maintenance. There are a number of additional resources available at low or no cost to help you improve your maintenance techniques. One excellent source of information is the Trails Training DVD set produced by the U.S. Forest Service Missoula Technology and Development Center in cooperation with the Federal Highways Administration Recreational Trails Program. DVD 1 includes hand tools for trail work and an axe to grind. DVD 2 includes constructing trail switchbacks, basic trail maintenance, trails in wet areas, turnpike and puncheon construction, and surface water control techniques for trail maintenance. Instructions on ordering this DVD set can be found at the website shown on your screen, www.nohvcc.org. While you're on our website, check out the other Forest Service trail publications and videos that are available through the Federal Highways Administration. These include the Trail Construction and Maintenance Notebook. Don't worry if you didn't get the link written down. You can find all of the links in this video at www.nohvcc.org. These videos can also be viewed as podcasts on the NOVAC website. The American Motorcyclist Association publication, Off-Highway Motorcycle and ATV Trail Guidelines for Design, Construction, Maintenance, and User Satisfaction, 2nd edition by Joe Wernex, is available free as a PDF file. Trail Planning, Design, and Development Guidelines by Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is available for hard copy purchase at their website. Instructions for downloading the book as a PDF file are on the same website. Remember, you can review all of these web links on the NOHVCC website. Proper trail maintenance is the key to safe and enjoyable off-highway riding, and it's always worth the effort.